Hi Shri, how are you doing?
Good. Great.
Good and great.
Yeah.
What changed in between?
Because I'm really checking and saying, why did I just say good when I'm feeling great?
How has your week been so far?
Very nice, relaxed. Been able to do a lot of reading this week, which I'm very happy about. So I've lined up books on my shelf right here. And every time I'm getting some time, I'm picking out one book or the other and reading. So just feeling very happy I got the time to read.
What are you reading?
I'm reading two books simultaneously. One is called Fierce Leadership by Susan Scott, and the other one is The Legend of the Goddess by Om Swami.
Shri, we have about 35 to 40 minutes with us. There are 5 more people watching us. I want to let you know that we'll remain confidential within this group. If I decide to share this recording with any of the other learners who are part of my coaching education programs, then I will seek your exclusive permission. And then only when you give permission, I will share. Okay. In this conversation, when I ask questions, if you are feeling uncomfortable answering them, please raise your hand and let me know. I will understand. In the meantime, if I get a sense that we are going off topic for whatever reason, I will raise my hand, bring the conversation on track by interrupting.
All right. That's nice.
So in the remaining time that we have, what is that you would like to explore?
There is a situation that is playing out in my life right now. And I have realized that I am kind of living this situation for about 2 to 3 years now. I'm getting a sense that it is intensifying, and therefore I am suddenly in a flux, as in, I don't know whether I should take action, not take action. Should I consult? Should I not consult? So here's the thing. There is a relationship which is very, very, very close to me. It's a very critical relationship for me. So, that the relationship has an impact on me also, on my well-being, my mental health, everything. And I'm seeing that this person over the years is becoming a very weak, has begun to lose confidence, has begun to kind of give up on life. One day is different from the other day. Some days the person will say, no, I'm feeling good and, I'm going to start my life all over again. Some days the person is so down. The person is not trying to reach out to me for any help. I feel, should I help? And because this is an intimate relationship, I try my best to maybe speak. I'll sometimes go around the bush trying to get what is the person feeling. Sometimes I go direct. Sometimes I even ask, do you think you need help? But nothing seems to be working. Cut to the chase, I've even reached a point where I have asked a spiritual healer, saying, what is my role? Because I think this whole dichotomy of being a coach is also playing on me, saying, unless someone has asked you for help, Why are you finding the need to step in? And then I tell myself that, listen, it's a personal relationship. This is not about a client who has come and signed an agreement with me and paid me money and hence I'm doing it. This is a personal relationship. And what are intimate relationships for if we are not taking the onus on each other? Like, I want to take the liberty with you and tell you, listen, you want help? That. So I've reached a spiritual healer also who about 2 days back told me that, Shri, what is coming for me in prayers is you will have to stay away from this. It is that person's life. And unless somebody comes and asks you for help, there is really no need for you to ask for help. The good news is this: I am no longer affected by it like I used to be earlier. Earlier, I would be very flustered and impacted by it. Now I'm not. On days I am. So if earlier it was 20 out of 30 days in a month, I was getting impacted by this. Now maybe it is 4 or 5 days where I'm wondering that I just wish that person would get help. I just wish the person could ask for help. I just wish the person could see the patterns. Again, I'm very conscious that all of this is also part of my judgment. So I'm here, Shri, and I really want to talk about this today because I think a lot of it has been processing in my head. I have never opened my mouth and spoken to a third person about it. I may have spoken to common friends. I may have spoken to some other intimate person that we are both intimate with, but I have not really taken professional help around it. And I'm also thinking that I also need help to handle this situation.
I want to appreciate the fact that you're willing to open up and having this conversation with me while so many other people are watching. It is not easy.
Yeah.
I heard words like situation, flux, critical, relationship, intimate, and so on and so forth. Right now, as you're sharing this with me, what emotions are you experiencing?
Helplessness and anger. Yeah. I think one is feeding into the other. My helplessness is making me angry. My anger is making me helpless because I can see the other party in pain, which I wasn't seeing earlier. Last 2 years, maybe I wasn't seeing the pain of the other person. But today, I think I'm able to see the pain. I can somehow understand that how much of pain should one be in that one has reached a stage of no action, literally. So yeah, there is a lot of spiritual conflict in me. There's a lot of commonsensical conflict in me saying, just get up and do something, cook, clean, put your energy to use, go for a walk. That it's just painful for me to see somebody whom I have known for many, many years, extremely active, to be doing nothing, literally nothing for 3 years.
This helplessness and anger, these two words that you share, what do they mean to you?
Okay, there is a belief system here that if you are not able to find a solution for yourself, or you don't know what to do, ask for help. Take one step forward, even if you can't take 10 steps forward. I believe be in a space of action, something, breathe. Take up a hobby. Like I was telling this person, go for a holiday. You have money in the bank. You have nothing to do right now. Your business has collapsed. You are in grief and grief and grief about it. So I even asked this person, so if the business was doing well, what would it have done for you? And the person told me I would have traveled. I used to travel across the world and I would have traveled. I said, do you have money to travel now? Yeah. I said, go for one holiday, no? Which is not going to cost you a dent in your purse. And the person can easily afford one holiday. Can you go for one holiday? Maybe just get up and go. That is what I feel about helplessness. Help yourself to do something, or at least listen to somebody else. At least surrender and say, okay, nothing's coming to my head. I don't know what to do. At least I'll start listening to one or two people. If they're giving me some ideas, I will give it a shot. Anger. Anger is coming from the factory that I believe that God has given you a body. And for most of us who've got 2 hands, 2 legs, a decently functioning body, we are much, much, much blessed than the rest. And I just feel when someone does not put that blessing to some use, yeah, I think I get angry.
I also heard you mention about pain.
Pain.
Yeah.
Ah.
While ago. Who's going through pain?
This person is going through a lot of pain. I am also going through pain because in the relationship that we are, there is support that I'm expecting, which has now nearly come, which is now zero. Let me just put it at that. No. I'm not feeling pain. I'm feeling sorry. I'm feeling sorry to see the other person in pain.
What makes you feel that the other person is in pain?
Because a person who has always been very gregarious and lively and outgoing is suddenly at home 24 hours, has to be forced to celebrate something, has begun to choke up when they have to refer to their current state. A person who is always very optimistic, saying, who used to advise me in the past when I used to rave and rant about what is happening with me, shit happened in the office and all of that, when I used to tell this person was like my backbone, saying, yeah, just be optimistic, man. Just look at what are the other options. And that is the kind of person today I just find that absolutely not able to pick themselves up. There is a lot of choking. I can see that their eyes are welling up. And that's when I really feel bad. I just feel like, what is my role? Like I keep asking this question to God. Why is this playing out in front of me? What is my role? That's the problem.
You asked this question, what is my role, twice.
Mm.
What is the answer for that?
Honestly, Shri, that's the answer I think I'm seeking, and I'm not happy with the answers that are coming. That's why I said I spoke to the spiritual healer also, and I said, what is my role? What am I supposed to do? And this person said, you're not supposed to do anything. You're just supposed to mind your own business and move on. If someone really needs help, they will get up and ask for help, or you do something. I don't know why that answer is not sitting well with me.
What is my role is the question for the answer that you're seeking. And the answer that you have right now doesn't sit well with you. So we've been talking for close to 15, 16 minutes, Shri. How has this conversation been for you so far?
One is, as I was speaking to you, I'm also realizing that I'm not as hurt as I used to be earlier. Or I'm not as, I'm not getting the word for it, as flustered as I used to be earlier. What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? Now I'm looking at it from a distance and saying, okay, boss, someone just tell me, do I have a role to play in this, or am I just supposed to watch it like a movie? And I'm also realizing that when I was summarizing it to you is when I realized that the frequency of me feeling bad has also come down. So for the first time, I'm wondering, okay, if I just sit in this path, maybe I won't feel it anymore, then it is not my problem. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just feeling a little guilty having said that also, that, okay, it will no longer be my problem. Yeah.
What made you feel guilty?
Again, this whole thing of, then what is family for? What are friends for? What are intimate relationships for? I wouldn't classify this relationship at all. That's why I didn't want to tell you who, what, where. I'm calling it an intimate relationship. The relationship I have with you is an intimate relationship. The relationship I have with a few friends is intimate relationship. I don't like to give it labels and say this is my child or that is my brother or this. It's an intimate relationship, part of someone's life. What the hell am I doing is my question. But I'm also now thinking, yeah, if it has become lesser over the years, then sit with it. Okay, I'll tell you what is bothering me. I'm wondering whether later this person will turn around and say, but you did nothing to help me. And this person ridicules counseling, coaching. I mean, has a good laugh that what on earth are you doing right now with coaching and stuff like that. So I don't even want to get to that space where I'm trying to tell the person, okay, what does coaching do? What does counseling do?
So Shri, in the beginning of the conversation, I heard you say, I'm feeling helpless and angry
Mm.
with the situation that you are going through right now. What would you like to experience instead?
Good question. Non-interference with my energy. This is right now interfering with my energy. Because on days that I happen to sight this person, then my energy it's like mercury in the thermometer, zook karke it will drop. And then it takes me a couple of days to pull myself up, So I'm like, can I now start looking at it from a space that it doesn't interfere so much with my energy? Because I want to do so much. I've really got a lot of stuff to do. I don't want it to come in my way.
The interference with my energy and the metaphor of mercury in the thermometer. How do you know that there is no interference in your energy?
When I can listen to the person, or even when I see the person, I don't have this itch of going and advising, or sometimes I end up shouting also at that person because we are a very close relationship. So sometimes I'll be like, what the hell were you doing the whole day yesterday lying on the couch? Please understand it has an impact on your children. I don't want to say all that anymore. Or rather, I don't want it to even come into my head. Actually, yeah, I think what I'm wanting right now is, can it stop bothering me? Because I'm thinking, I know I use the word guilt, but I really hold, I think my conscience is clear. I really have tried my best to help in all ways, not nice ways. Not all my ways were nice. Some ways were also confronting, shouting. But that's okay. We're friends. I can take that liberty. But now I'm like, okay, you are continuing to play this out in front of me. I have to now just be a witness. Hmm.
You're able to get to that stage
Hmm.
where this doesn't bother you anymore.
Hmm.
How would your life change?
Many, many ways. One, I think I will be more enthused to do the work that I'm doing. Right now, also, I'm very enthused to do the work that I'm doing. Someone who's seeing me from the outside will see that, oh, she is always very vibrant and, she's going about and meeting people. But I know that from inside, it eats me away. It eats me away. Sometimes, even if I'm out, with friends having a good time, my thoughts do go back saying, this person used to be with us having a good time, not there with us anymore. So all of that will go away. I will be a much more freer self. That will be there.
I notice you're doing this much more freer self.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I felt like a bird when I said that. Yeah.
So, in the remaining time that we have, Shri, for you to get to a place to
Mm.
feel like a bird which is free, what is that you would like to take away from this conversation towards that state of being?
There are two things coming up for me. One is, how can I convince myself that it is not my problem? The second is, can you be mindful every time this situation is playing out, not to get irritated, not to let it bother you? I don't know, it seems like one infinity loop. It seems like one feeds into the other. But honestly, it is. Honestly, it is to. I am aware, I agree, I understand that it is not my problem. And I must learn to train myself to tell myself that every time it plays out in front of me.
So what I'm hearing is, by end of this conversation, if you want to get to a place that every time this plays in front of me, I want to say,
Yeah.
so right now, from a place of this feeling of helplessness to being angry, to get to that place to tell yourself,
Self-control. Self-control is the word coming for me. Because there is something in my body that is rushing out to this person. Like even when I closed my eyes at that time, I could see that person in the couch. And every time I see that scene, I'm charging towards that person without charging. My mind is, my head is already there wanting to give this person 2, 3 activities. Saying, come, get up, let's do this or let's do that. I just want to physically pull myself back and say, not your circus, not your monkey. I want to tell myself that. I'll probably have to keep that as my mantra and say, not your circus, not your monkey.
not your circus, not your monkey, and self-control.
And self-control. For me, that is self-control, to stop taking that monkey and putting it on my back.
So I'm hearing the monkey does not belong to me, it belongs to somebody else, and I don't want to take the monkey on my back.
Yeah. Because that grief is getting passed on. I'm not good with grief. I don't like grief. I can deal with anger. I can deal with fear. I cannot deal with grief. I'm very practical when it comes to grief. Grief means you've lost something. It's lost. Leave it, move on. So I just want to, that person is grieving the loss of a past life. I don't want to carry that grief. I think, yes. I think for the first time, I'm realizing what the hell is it that is so uncomfortable with me, because I'm not someone uncomfortable with talking to people about their problems. I can really process and be completely, sitting at a distance and non-judgmental. And I'm like, why the hell is this getting so difficult? I think it's the grief. I can't process grief. I don't want to. It's not I can't. I don't want to.
So what I'm sensing is the other person is in grief,
Yeah.
and that is causing problem in you because you don't want to process grief.
I don't want to carry your grief. Yeah, I have a problem with grief because now that I'm telling you, I can also see I have a problem with another friend, and it's the same pattern. She's grieving her mother's death for the last 10 years. Like, she makes such a big deal out of every anniversary. I understand you have memories, you miss someone, but I don't like decorating grief. I don't like it when people make grief their story and not act because you now made that your story.
When people have made grief their story and don't act, you don't want to
Yeah, I don't.
Deal with it.
They can do what they want to do. I don't want to do it.
So we are almost 30 minutes past in the conversation. Shri,
Mm.
what are you learning so far?
I'm feeling very good. Because of this word, I don't know. Because this word, that's why I said no. Because when she told me it's not yours, I said, no, what is not mine? See, when somebody tells you that it is not yours, I didn't understand, but what is not mine? I was not getting this. I'm so sorry. I know there are friends also watching me, but I cannot deal with grief. I cannot deal with grief. I don't want to.
I cannot deal with grief. I don't want to deal with it.
I'm so sorry. There's so many things I want to say. Actually, I want to do a release around grief, I think. I just feel you gotta let that go. Why are you putting one big stone in your own leg and hanging yourself in the well? It's happened. Someone's dead. Your past is dead. So this person's major cry about life is, I used to be rich and I used to travel and now I can't be rich and now I can't travel. So sadness also I can deal with, Shri. You're feeling sad, you're feeling bad for yourself. This is grief, So I feel you must take professional help. Go to a counselor, go to a grief counselor. But, just spraying it all around your friends and intimate family, you're not being fair to them. Yeah. I'm actually feeling, chalo, over. Now I don't have to deal with it.
So,
I don't know. I have to see this person again.
So
Maybe tomorrow I'll go pay this person a visit.
I'm noticing so much of shift in the energy, the way that you're laughing and the way that your face has
When I was
started
talking to you,
glowing.
I could feel it all here. It was here for a long time. Now I'm like, okay, this is why I don't want to deal with it. Because I was also thinking, I love this person, yeah. And I was feeling like a bitch, I'm like, why, Shri? This person is such a nice person, has done so much to you. What is it that you don't want to deal with? And for the first time, I think I got the word.
With this new learning
Mm.
that you shared, what are you going to do with it?
No, now it's easy for me. Because if I'm seeing this person not doing anything, all I have to tell myself is, don't deal with his grief. That's not the monkey you want to take. Let's say the person wants to talk about something that is making this person angry or confused or wants to take it. I'm ready to be there. I am there. I'm not walking away from, because when the spiritual counselor or the spiritual healer told me, it almost felt like I have to now abandon this relationship and walk away. That wasn't sitting well with me. Because I don't abandon people. I am always there. And I'm willing to sit by you for how many ever hours you want. But there was a transference happening of this grief. And now I'm realizing there are two people in my circle where this transference is happening. And it is with two people that even with my other friend, and every time that friend calls, I'm like, oh my God, today, what is it going to be? But for so many other reasons, I like the person. So I'm now able to understand the next time I feel this, I feel that awkwardness and the urge to run away and my energy draining, it just means I don't want to deal with grief. And I have to constantly remind myself, that's the monkey you don't want to carry. Otherwise, I think I'm ready to carry a couple of your monkeys. It's fine.
So what I'm hearing is, I'm okay to carry your monkeys, but not the grief monkey.
Not the grief.
So with this new learning that you got in this session, Shri, who are you going to be for these two people?
I will continue to be their most intimate person, but I will learn to insulate myself from grief because grief is affecting my personal energy. Because I also feel I have a strong feeling about grief. I feel that one has to process grief. So maybe that's my problem. I have to go work on it. But why should I hate another person because I am not able to process their grief? They don't know that they are impacting me so bad, you know. In fact, both these people, they keep telling me also that you are not so nice, you talk to us, this, that. But maybe they don't even know how much they're impacting me.
I'm going to insulate myself from grief.
Yeah.
There's one thing that you will do towards insulating yourself from this particular thing. What is the action that you're going to take immediately?
I don't know if something called an action can come out of it, Sri. But all I'm saying is maybe watch myself for the next meeting when that behavior pops up and see if I can remember this lesson I learned today. Saying no one is to blame here. This person is not to blame. You're also not to blame. You are not being a bad person. You just can't take this. It's like saying, I don't eat non-vegetarian food. If I come to your house and you serve it to me, I'm going to say, no, I don't eat it. I just want to reach that level of understanding to say, okay, Sri, this is not palatable for you. Don't pick it up.
I'm hearing it as when I see it, don't pick up that monkey and put it on the back.
Yeah.
So Shri, we are pretty much running out of time. We got like 3 minutes. I really want to appreciate the fact that we started somewhere. We are somewhere. I don't know where we are.
No, I think I behaved myself well today. I didn't go. I was also very wary if your hand will go up. So I was also behaving. I'm going to pat myself on the back saying, good. And grief was an epiphany. Shri, it wasn't there. It was just not there in my head. I don't know what you asked. In fact, I want to go back and I want to sit with myself saying, what did he ask that made you answer that? Because that is what the answer I was looking for. I also knew logically that I had to stay away.
So I really want to appreciate the fact that you made yourself so open, vulnerable, and shared so many things that you may otherwise have not shared. So we got a couple of minutes. How would you like to summarize this entire conversation and close?
I want to first of all acknowledge myself for, like you said, for speaking about a vulnerable topic in front of 4 or 5 people that I probably am meeting for the first time. I really want to acknowledge that it speaks about the amount of self-love that I have for myself. I'm also very relieved to know that I'm not running away from the situation because that was the guilt that I was carrying. I am more than thrilled to know that, oh, it was just this. And this is a deep-seated pattern in me. And I'm in no hurry to cure it and all. Let it be there. Just something I don't like, I don't like. And maybe it has just made me curious. The next time I'm uncomfortable in a conversation or I'm uncomfortable with someone, maybe I just need to understand which is the emotion that I don't want to process. Because generally, I'm a lover of people. So it kind of bothers my conscience that, hey, how can you not like a conversation? So maybe it's not the person. It's never the person. I've always known that it is never the person, but I've now begun to understand that, okay, maybe a couple of emotions I'm allergic to. Now just understand your allergy patterns, stay away from it.
How are you feeling now?
Very good. You can see me, no? Very good. Yeah. Very, very good. Yeah.
All right. So with that very good feeling, we shall bring this conversation to a close.
Sure. Thank you so much, Sri. I've hit a jackpot today.
Wish you all the best.